Hello everybody and welcome to this new episode of This Week in Tech. I'm finally back to Copenhagen after having been in Italy for a little bit, Easter break, teaching AI at the Politecnico di Milano Design School. It's been pretty busy and I've been trying really hard to find news for this episode of This Week in Tech that have nothing to do with Elon Musk. That's right, I am super bored of hearing all his crazy stuff and going back and forth with this whole Twitter story. And I've been trying to find other interesting things to talk about. But it seems like the whole world of tech is really focused on whatever Elon Musk is tweeting or whatever wants to buy. I hope you're gonna appreciate this little break from Elon Musk and some other interesting news about all the other interesting stuff happening in the world of tech. Let's get started. Netflix lost more than 30% of its market cap in a single day. This is the biggest drop since 2004, and it's due to the fact that the company, for the first time in history, recorded a decline in users. Let's try to understand why this is a big deal and how the company is trying to react. Obviously, they are losing users because of competition. Now there's Disney+, CNN+, there's a lot of different things that consumers can choose from if they want to be entertained. Most of the stock market today is made of tech companies, and all these tech companies made the promise to their investors that their user count is always going to go up. And it seems like that's not the case. And I may say, no shit. All human activities can't go up always and constantly. Just entropy can go up constantly. That's physics. User growth is bound to stop at some point, but every time this happens, it happened for Meta before and it's happening to Netflix now, the entire stock market is like, oh my god, really? This company can't grow forever? This is crazy, I wasn't expecting it. And these companies go down really hard. But this is not just a problem for tech companies or for whoever invests in tech, it's a problem for everybody because tech companies take so much of our economy that the whole thing relies on the value of these companies. Let's talk now about how they want to try to fix the problem. Mainly, they talked about two things. One is that they're gonna finally crack down on users sharing the passwords. You probably do it as well. For sure you know somebody who does it. You know, you have an account, you share your password with somebody else, and then you maybe split the cost. Netflix said that they counted that there's 100 million people, lot of users, who are technically users of Netflix, but they use someone else's account. And so they are kind of sub-users, that's how they want to call them. And what they're trying to do is to identify these people and try to ask them for some money. So let's say that an account costs $12.99. If you want to share it with somebody else, you need to add $2.99 on top or something like this. The way they want to do this is by using your IP and your device ID. So basically understanding if you're sharing your account outside of your household with somebody else without though using GPS coordinates or trying to be too invasive into user privacy. And the second thing that they want to do is they want to start using ads. They want to have a cheaper tier with ads that is going to potentially bring additional sources of revenue. All these things seem to be really good ideas, but there's a tiny problem, I think. Netflix has always focused a lot on user experience, and ads or making sub-accounts with people that need to put more money seems to be going against that idea. So it seems like they're really going against what they were core values. Tell me what you think. Do you think that Netflix with these new initiatives is going to be able to start growing again? Or do you think that the best days are past? Everybody's talking about stablecoins these days. Stablecoins are cryptocurrencies whose value is pegged to the dollar. So one coin equals to $1. Last week, a stablecoin called Beanstalk was basically completely wiped out by a single user that managed to get $75 million worth of Ethereum from this cryptocurrency. But notice how I didn't say steal and I didn't say hack either, because this person used the rules of the stablecoin against the stablecoin itself. Let me explain you with a little deep dive behind this. Let's call it hack, even though it's not really a hack. Let me explain. So this stablecoin has a governance system, which means that people that own a specific token can vote on different ways of using the cash reserves of the token. By cash reserves, I mean Ethereum. Obviously, these guys are not gonna have US dollars as reserves. So now one person decided to do something called a flash loan. Let me explain what this means. You know that the blockchain is made of blocks of transactions that are added to a giant database called the blockchain, which is of course a chain of blocks, and each block is a transaction. Now, you can write code to put more transactions together in a single block. And one cool thing that you can do with this concept is called flash loans. You're basically borrowing money and giving the same money back within the same transaction. So one person did this very interesting thing. In a single transaction, it borrowed almost $1 billion worth of crypto. It used this crypto to buy the token of Beanstalk and used this token to get more than 70% of the voting power. They used this voting power to vote yes to giving some funds to Ukraine, but they actually gave a little bit of money to Ukraine and most of the money to themselves. Then they sold whatever they had to sell and gave the money back within the same transaction to repay the loan. So as you can see, this person didn't technically hack the system. It just used the rules of the system against the system itself. I think this says a lot for crypto. Crypto has this strong feature, this strong power that you can write code, and all these transactions are gonna be regulated by code so that you don't have to trust banks or anybody else. But this also means that if people manage to find ways to write code to exploit the system, then it's impossible to stop them. And this is one of these cases. The coin that was pegged to the dollar now is worth zero. And the people behind the Beanstalk project said, we're fucked. Honestly, we don't know what we're gonna do here. We're probably never gonna recover. This is done. Some news about NFTs. Coinbase started its beta platform for trading NFTs. And this is going to probably push NFTs into a broader audience, which is something that NFTs actually really need, considering that the total volume of transaction has gone down by a lot since August, when there was the highest peak. When I say down, I mean something like 90% down. So it really seems like the whole ecosystem has cooled down quite a lot. But there has been one project that was released last week that actually got a lot of success. The project is called Moonbirds, and it was released by Kevin Rose, a Silicon Valley entrepreneur. Moonbirds is a collection of 10,000 owls that are different properties. They have glasses, they have crowns, they have different colors, etc. And I know what you're thinking, the same thing that I was thinking in the beginning. Oh my God, another crazy NFT project with animals. Yes, but I appreciate one thing about this project. Kevin Rose said pretty openly that this is his way to get money, to get funding, to fund a new media company. He didn't say, hey guys, thank you for buying this Moonbird. This is gonna give you amazing value. This is gonna be super cool for you. No, they just said, hey, we're gonna do this. We're gonna make money with this. We're gonna fund a company. If the company goes well, then your Moonbird is gonna go up as well. Probably, because that's how NFTs work, I guess. So this is cool, but there are also some less cool things. There's a Twitter account called NFT Ethics that found a couple of things that seem a little bit sketchy about this project. One thing is that it seems like there has been some wash trading to pump the price of Moonbirds up, which basically means that the same person is behind both the buying part of a transaction and the selling part of a transaction. So it's basically giving money to itself to show people that there's people buying, there's a lot of activity. The other problem is basically nepotism. So the owners of the project, they are selecting the kind of people that they want to get these birds because they're friends, I guess. These are all problems the NFT community has had for a while, but I think it's still good to see that for once we have somebody who's honest and says, hey guys, I just want to make money. There's nothing wrong with making money. There's something wrong with telling people you're going to make money as well because there's some value here when you know that you're just selling pictures of animals. Thank you for watching this episode of This Week in Tech. If you liked it, if you learned something, click on the subscribe button and send this to your friends who I am sure are going to be happy to be up to date with the world of technology. I will see you next week. Ciao.